I forgot that you were married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson makes a rare comment about her ex, Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, let's not sugarcoat this. Ryan Reynolds' public image is crumbling. Once the darling of Hollywood, celebrated for his quick wit, handsome looks, and comedic charm, Ryan's polished reputation is now riddled with cracks. More and more people, co-stars, directors, industry insiders, are speaking out, pulling back the curtain on a man who's allegedly far from the easygoing, self-effacing hero he portrays on screen.
I have no prenup with any of them.
You can't
I will be capital B broke, and in turn, probably then doing Deadpool 4.
Yeah. So we cannot make that happen.
So yeah.
And let's be clear, these aren't just petty gripes. We're talking about serious allegations of controlling behavior, professional bullying, and a toxic attitude that's left many of his colleagues wondering who the real Ryan Reynolds actually is. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This isn't just about Ryan's professional behavior. As his on-set reputation begins to crumble, even his personal life is drawing scrutiny. The golden couple image he and Blake Lively have carefully crafted over the years is starting to seem more like a well-rehearsed act than a genuine partnership. Whispers of behind-the-scenes power struggles, jealousy, and manipulation are growing louder. So, what's the truth? Are Ryan and Blake really as picture-perfect as they want us to believe? Or is there a darker side to their Hollywood fairy tale that's finally coming to light? Hey, if you're liking the tea so far, hit that subscribe button, because these bills won't pay themselves.
Will we maybe see a Deadpool 4?
Oh God, no. My wife and children will divorce me, and
The kids will divorce you?
Let's start with Ryan's behavior on set, because that's where the cracks first began to show. Back in the early days of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds was seen as a comedic genius, perfectly embodying the character's irreverent, self-aware humor. But according to his co-stars and even the film's original director, there was a side of Ryan that wasn't so funny. TJ Miller, who played Weasel in Deadpool, didn't mince words when he described his experience working with Ryan. TJ claimed that Ryan would humiliate him in front of the cast and crew, making sarcastic comments that weren't just in character, they felt personal. TJ said it was as if Ryan took pleasure in reminding him who the real star was, using every opportunity to diminish his contributions. And let's be real, no amount of witty one-liners or charming interviews can excuse treating a colleague like that. But it wasn't just the actors who felt the brunt of Ryan's behavior. Tim Miller, the director who helped bring the first Deadpool movie to life, famously walked away from the sequel. Why? Because of creative differences with Ryan. According to Tim, Ryan wanted total control of the franchise.
You have said that nobody in this business has been more supportive of you than Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I don't think anybody's done what Ryan did for me.
And when Tim pushed back, Ryan made sure he was pushed out instead. Think about that. The director who helped launch one of the most successful R-rated franchises in history felt so stifled by Ryan's need for control that he chose to leave. And we're not talking about a small indie film here. This is a blockbuster franchise worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Tim's departure wasn't just a creative disagreement. It was a glaring red flag about Ryan's alleged need to dominate every aspect of his projects.
Like if I said to you, I could put you in a movie with so-and-so, who would it be?
I mean, honestly, I'm like somebody who likes like Gordon Ramsay. I'm like the last person.
Gordon Ramsay you're attracted to?
Then there's the story Rebecca Ferguson shared, which sheds even more light on the kind of environment Ryan allegedly fosters on set. Although Rebecca never explicitly named Ryan, many believe her account of being publicly humiliated by a top-billed co-star points directly to him. Rebecca described a nightmare scenario where she was screamed at, belittled, and made to feel utterly powerless. She even had to ask the crew to let her act opposite the back of her co-star's head, rather than face them directly.
I mean, I think he just knew. He knew what it was when he was trying to get Deadpool going for like 10 years, and he finally got it going, and it finally turned into his like iconic sort of thing.
If that doesn't scream toxic workplace, what does? And if you're wondering why Rebecca didn't name names at the time, consider this. She said her colleagues warned her that speaking out could backfire, that the person in question was too powerful, too well connected. It's not hard to connect the dots. Even Jake Gyllenhaal, who once had a friendly, lighthearted relationship with Ryan, now seems to want nothing to do with him. The two worked together on the sci-fi thriller Life, and were known for their playful banter during the press tour. But when asked recently about his relationship with Ryan, Jake's response was icy. He refused to even mention Ryan by name and made it clear that any friendship they once had is long over. What happened between them? Jake isn't saying, but the mere fact that their camaraderie vanished so abruptly raises eyebrows. Could it be that Jake, like others, saw a side of Ryan that he couldn't tolerate?
Who is a physically appealing guy to you?
A physically appealing guy to me?
Yeah. Is
Oh
it
my
Brad
gosh.
Pitt or is that typical? Or who?
Is it? I don't mind being typical.
Of course, Ryan's alleged behavior isn't limited to the professional realm. Even his past relationships have been marked by accusations of jealousy and control. Scarlett Johansson, who was married to Ryan from 2008 to 2011, hinted at the toxic dynamics in their marriage after their divorce. Scarlett described dealing with jealous behavior and passive-aggressive tendencies that made the relationship unbearable. She said controlling behavior is awful and unattractive, and while she didn't mention Ryan by name, the timing and context make it obvious who she was referring to. Scarlett's success in major Marvel films like Iron Man 2 and The Avengers.
It's lucky you're beautiful because there's nothing up here.
What? That's mean. Did you just call me dumb? You went straight to dumb.
Reportedly exacerbated the tension. Ryan, struggling to land equally high-profile roles at the time, seemed unable to handle being the less successful partner. If these accounts are true, they paint a picture of a man whose insecurities drive him to undermine the people around him, both professionally and personally. And let's not forget the lingering rumors that even Blake Lively, Ryan's current wife and longtime partner, may not be immune to his alleged controlling tendencies. While their social media banter and red carpet appearances scream perfect couple, the reality may be more complicated. Whispers of on-set flirtations, strained dynamics, and behind-the-scenes power struggles hint that even their seemingly idyllic relationship isn't as flawless as it appears.
A romantic comedy set against the backdrop of the 1969 moon landing.
Yeah.
And I play a character whose name is Kelly.
Whether it's Blake's rumored text exchanges with co-stars or the occasional tension that leaks into the public eye, it's clear that not everything is as polished as it seems. And now, let's add to that list two more industry giants who have voiced their criticism of Ryan. First, Quentin Tarantino. The legendary filmmaker has been outspoken about his disdain for the kind of projects Ryan is often associated with. While he hasn't directly called Ryan out by name in every instance, Quentin's broader criticisms of modern blockbuster films, particularly those tied to streaming services, cast a long shadow over Ryan's career. He described such projects as lacking substance and failing to contribute anything meaningful to the cultural zeitgeist. To have someone of Tarantino's caliber essentially dismiss Ryan's career as inconsequential is a damning indictment.